So, one of the biggest misconceptions I think people have after a stroke is that you have to be able to do standing or be able to walk in order to make meaningful progress after your stroke, but you don't. In fact, some of the best exercises you can do after stroke can be done sitting down. So, whether you're sitting in a wheelchair or like a sturdy kitchen chair like this one, or even sitting at the edge of the bed, or just taking a break between some other activities you're doing, these exercises can really help you continue working on your recovery in a safe way. Okay. So, today I want to show you 5 simple seated exercises that require very little to no equipment and can be modified and adjusted based on where you are in your recovery, based on your abilities. Now, for those of you who may have very little or no movement coming back yet in your affected arm and leg, check out the video I did a while back that shows you how you can do both leg and arm strengthening exercises safely from the supported surface of your bed. This can be a really great place to start if this is where you are. And then for those of you who feel like you might be ready for a little bit more intensive strengthening, using added resistance from things like ankle weights, please check out a video again I did a while back that shows you how you can safely add different types of resistance to your strengthening routine. Okay, let's get to it. Exercise number 1 is seated marching. So we're going to start with something simple. All you're going to do is lift one knee and lower it back down. Then switch to the other side if you can. Now, if you're not able to lift your weaker leg very high yet, that's okay. Just lift it as much as you can. The goal here isn't height. The goal is movement. Try to sit up nice and tall instead of leaning back on the backrest of the chair so that your core is engaged while you work. Then repeat each movement slowly and with control. Now, if this movement starts to feel easy, slow the movement down even more, because again, sometimes moving slower can actually make the exercise more challenging. Exercise number 2 is knee extension, or what I like to call slow kicks. So next, you're going to straighten one leg until your leg is out in front of you, almost like you're slowly kicking a ball. Pause at the end range, or just as far as you're able to go, and then squeeze and hold that contraction with your leg as straight as you can for 3 to 5 seconds if you're able. Then slowly lower your foot back to the floor. Repeat on the other side. Remember, the more slowly you do the movement, the more you're requiring that muscle to work. This is really one of my favorite seated exercises because it works those quadricep muscles, at the front of your upper leg that are so important for standing up, walking, climbing stairs, and just improving your transfers and mobility in general. But if you aren't able to fully straighten your knee yet, that's okay. Just work within the movement you have today. Exercise number 3, heel slides. Now place a small towel underneath your foot if you're on a smooth floor. Slide your foot forward, then pull it back. If you don't have a towel, or if you're on carpet, you can just put on a sock and slide your foot as much as you're able. This is a great exercise for improving hip and knee movement, and another great opportunity for you to engage and focus in what I call intentional active movement using those available muscles that are working in your affected leg. Next is exercise number 4, weight shifting. Now for this one, I really want you to make sure you're sitting nice and tall before you start. Next, you're going to slowly shift your weight and lean to one side, come back to the middle, then slowly shift your weight again and lean to the other side. These are the exact same movements we do anytime we need to scoot our hips and bottom forward for when we need to scoot our hips and bottom back. Scooting and seated weight shifting are one of the first components we teach and work on when preparing to help someone, transfer from one surface to another, like going from the edge of the bed to a chair or wheelchair, going from a wheelchair to a shower bench or commode, or when you're gearing up to get yourself out of the car, right? You have to scoot and shift your hips and hips forward or back. For safety though, make sure you place another chair beside you or have someone spotting you just in case, especially if you know your balance is still a challenge for you, okay? But don't be fooled by this one. This is one of those exercises that might seem super simple, but it can be really challenging for some of you, especially if you're still experiencing a lot of core and leg weakness after your stroke. So definitely add this one to your recovery routine if you haven't already. It's one of the best ways to improve sitting balance. And now, exercise number 5, reaching. Go ahead and place a few small, everyday items on a table in front of you. Now practice reaching to touch each item. Slowly reach forward, diagonal, and across your body. If your affected arm has some movement and you're able to safely move the weight of your arm, or if you have someone there with you providing support under your weaker arm for you, go ahead and try reaching with that arm too. You can also try to use your stronger arm to assist your weaker arm through the movement. Just make sure you're providing good support under the elbow of your affected arm to keep that shoulder supported. One thing I really love about these exercises is that they meet you where you are. You don't have to wait until you're walking. You don't have to wait until you're stronger. You can start working on your recovery right where you are today. Just remember to choose exercises that are appropriate for your current level of function. Make safety your priority, and don't hesitate to ask your therapy team or therapist which exercises are best for you, okay? So if you're currently doing a lot of recovery exercises from a wheelchair or primarily from a seated position, leave me a comment. Let me know what seated exercises have been the most helpful for you and are currently a part of your recovery routine, okay? As always, guys, I truly hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more DIY videos to help you along the way in your stroke recovery. Struggling at home? Have a question? Leave me a comment. I'm here to help.